Okay, this is the deck that we're going to revitalize. This is natural wood that we stain about every year, and you notice that the dog's nails will just rip it up, and it's structurally sound, but get out of the way, it's beginning to rot, and what we're going to do is put composite flooring or composite decking on top of it. There's some cracking and rotting there, and these dogs want to be in the camera, so we'll just do this later. So here is the composite decking we're going to use. We have two types here. Notice one type has this groove in it for putting two boards side by side and using special hardware to make them level. And then one side is smooth for the edge so it doesn't show and it looks more like natural wood. So instead of doing a lot of heavy lifting, what I plan to do is bring them several at a time on basically a skid. As you notice, we have very plush zoysia grass, which is like quicksand when you're trying to pull a wagon or a wheelbarrow or something like that over it. So what I'm going to do, or try to do, is to use this long piece of cardboard, plywood, put a rope on it, and just drag it like a sled over the yard. That's worked pretty well for things in the past, like bags of mulch. So there is my sled and rope, and I'll try to slide probably not more than 6 of these boards on there, otherwise they'll be counterproductive and too heavy and fall off and so forth. We'll see how it goes. I think that's going to work as well as anything. Right before I open the gate, which would allow the dogs to run out and terrorize the neighborhood, we have them locked up on the deck, so now I can safely. So I added some boards every couple of feet just to give it more support so it doesn't drag against the concrete. And just past that shadow is my neighbor's yard, so I have to make a sharp turn there. It would have been nice if the boards were delivered the other orientation, but that you get what you get. I screw up, so you don't have to. I open the gate, pull this stuff through. So now I'm down to the final layer of these 20-ish foot long boards, and fortunately I'll give them credit that the good side of the board is up, because dragging these on concrete is very much like a slow speed 80 grit grinding wheel. It's got gravel and sand, and it's exactly the same thing. It'll tear the stuff up. Even though the good side is up just the same, I'm going to put some of these extra boards under there so that when I pull these boards down across towards the grass, that they won't grind in the driveway. Finally down to the last 2 boards. Yeehaw! And you can see how they slide off here without ever touching the concrete. So I have this PVC septic cleanup pipe here with the, there's that doggy again. It's got a big probably 2-inch square wrench you have to put on there to loosen it up. Now somehow these dogs were able to take that cap all the way off and push in chunks of lava gravel and cause the toilets to back up. So we have additional measures now. Like so. I swear these dogs have fingers. So here's another thing my little 4-legged friends did. They somehow took the cover off of the internet box connection. I think they were going to run internet to their dog houses, I'm not sure. But fortunately they didn't bite through the cable. If you think that bad, wait till they see this. Back in the corner of my property, I have these utility boxes, and it clearly says cable route caution. Telephone cable underground. Before digging is finished vicinity, call this toll-free number. Well, the dogs didn't seem to read that or didn't care. I don't know. Also a warning sign there. So they were able to dig under this, which is on concrete, and somehow wipe out cable and internet to the entire neighborhood. Still can't figure that out. I think they must have some kind of conspiracy where they get with the neighborhood dogs and use power tools. I don't know. And whenever I talk about them, they kind of look the other way, so that makes me wonder. Yeah, you did it. You know you did it. So there you have it. This was probably not the most exciting part of the video, and it sure wasn't much fun. But I've moved 32 of the 8-foot boards and 29 of these 16-foot boards. And I think that's enough work for one day. It's starting to get to the hotter part of the day. And I put them on this mulch so it won't kill the grass. So it can wait till next week or whenever I get to it without killing the grass.